Hey guys, welcome to the Trash Picture Show. This is going to be me kicking off Jurassic June with my top 10 favourite dinosaur themed shows. Now, I have made two criteria for the shows. First off, no documentaries. As much as I love walking with dinosaurs, it does not fit the criteria. I am going for fictional shows featuring dinosaurs, so that does not fit the criteria. The second criteria is it can't be a tie-in to an existing movie or property. So there is going to be no Camp Cretaceous and there's going to be no Land Before Time TV show. This is basically original standalone dinosaur themed TV shows. I have done them in a rough sense from ones I like to ones I absolutely adore. I love all these shows, but to a certain extent, as they go down, I love them more. But by and large, they're awesome shows. I picked them. If you guys have any shows or if you think I left any out, leave them in the comments below. And let's get started. So, my first pick, number 10, working down to the best. Number 10 is the Gogs. This is a Welsh animated show. It came out, I think it was produced in 1993, was released in 96, and ran till 1998. It centres around a family of cave people who live in a fictional prehistoric time. So there's regular kind of prehistoric animals from their period, but there's also dinosaurs. And it's incredibly funny. It's claymation and stop motion, and again, I have a soft spot for that. And it's really, really, really well done. If you're a fan of the likes of Ardham animation, definitely check it out. But I will warn you, it's incredibly gory in some parts, and it's also very gross. I remember one episode had two characters being chased by a kind of raptor-like dinosaur, and they jump off a cliff, and the older brother is holding on to a branch, and the younger brother is holding on to his legs, and the raptor's on the cliff face, so they can't go up, they can't go back up, so they have to stay there all night, and the older brother has to piss. He just has to let it rip, and he has to piss down on his younger brother while he's there. Again, very gross, but tongue-in-cheek kind of gross. Also fairly gory as well. There's a scene where all the family, they've spent an entire episode trying to catch animals to eat, and they're starving. They're literally dying with hunger. And all of a sudden, this giant brontosaurus comes sauntering by and just drops from a heart attack in front of him, and they're just like, yeah, they all start tearing into him and eating bits of him, and it's just really funny. There's really good kind of tongue-in-cheek and clever humor with this show. The cool thing was, because the family were cave people, they mainly grunted and made sounds. So the way I came by this show was actually on an Irish station, which was Irish language, but I had done a bit of research, and this show, it had been produced in Wales, but it was farmed out to obviously an Irish station and French stations and Spanish stations. Because there was no dialogue, it was so accessible. So if you get a chance, check out Gogs. Really, really funny, really, really silly, and really gross, but that's the fun part of it. So yeah, Gogs, my first pick at number 10. My next pick, number 9, has to be Extreme Dinosaurs. For better or worse, TMNT spawned a bunch of kind of copycats. Some successful, like the Biker Mice from Mars. Some not so successful, like the Cowboys of Moo Mesa. And then they themselves spawned other TV shows that were successful. And one of these shows was Street Sharks. And the popularity of Street Sharks was so big, they were like, okay, Street Sharks is big, but what else is big? Dinosaurs. So they made a TV show, Extreme Dinosaurs, and it's essentially the same thing. These big, muscly looking dinosaurs going around stopping bad guys. The toys are exactly the same as Street Sharks, these big kind of humanoid dinosaurs. Silly fun. If you liked 90s nostalgia, definitely check out Extreme Dinosaurs. Nothing too fantastic about it, but good fun all the same. And if you wanted to see what Street Shark spawned in its wake, that's one show to check out. So yeah, number 9 was Extreme Dinosaurs. Check it out, it's good fun. My next pick, number 8, Valley of the Dinosaurs. This was a 70s Hanna-Barbera show, very much in the vein of like Johnny Quest, where you have a family who get lost and get trapped in a valley filled with dinosaurs. And it very kind of bread and butter Johnny Quest. You have the dad, you have the mother, you have the young son, you have the daughter, and they end up teaming up with some cave people, and it's good fun. I think there's a family dog as well in it. I seen a couple of episodes when I was younger, and I enjoyed it. For the most part, it is what you expect, kind of very fun, kind of adventure of the week. Like one character will get stuck on a cliff face in a waterfall, and he won't be able to swim back up, and they'll have to construct something to save him. Or there's another one where one character gets sick, and they have to make medicine, and it's Hanna-Barbera kind of adventure series. If you like Johnny Quest, check it out. Not the most accurate dinosaurs in the world, but good fun. And yeah, it's Hanna-Barbera animation. You cannot go wrong with Hanna-Barbera animation. Number 7. So this is when I'm starting to pick my kind of favorites that I really like. And I'm starting off with this one. This is a classic. This is Jim Henson's Dinosaurs. And if you don't know Jim Henson's Dinosaurs, you most certainly know this little fella and this line here.
Not the mama, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama.
Yeah, so essentially Jim Henson's Dinosaurs is it's The Simpsons, and it is probably one of the best kind of family sitcoms done. The Jim Henson Creature Workshop did an amazing job creating these fantastic puppets and animatronics. The story centers around Earl St. Clair, who is a father of 3, and he's just a working Joe. He's essentially Homer Simpson. He's the Homer Simpson of the dinosaur world, and he has to put up with daily life and deal with things like work and his kids and his wife and his friends. And it is very much sitcom-esque, but it's really cleverly done. Like, they tackle certain things like peer pressure and kind of raising your kids and environmental issues. And I will tell you one thing, it has one of the darkest endings for a kid's show. And that's the cool thing. It doesn't talk down to kids either. It's one of those really good shows that kind of adults and kids can take away so much from it. And it doesn't pander or it doesn't talk down. And I would love to see a revival of the show. I don't know, would people kind of fork out money to try and bring a show like that back? Who knows? But yeah, it's a really good show. The animatronics was amazing. The voice cast was amazing. And yeah, the ending, again, heartbreaking. If you haven't seen Dinosaurs, definitely check it out because it kicks arse. So, number 6. Oh, okay, so this one I would have put higher, but I actually recently went back and watched it, and it just about pushed over Dinosaurs for nostalgia reasons, because one of the first toys I can remember getting was from this show, Dino Riders. Essentially, it is about a bunch of future humans who have to escape an evil race called the Rulons, and they use a device called the Slipgate or Slip to go through a portal and escape to a new Earth, which is essentially prehistoric Earth. And the Rulons also follow them through. So the good guy's ship lands in a very kind of lush, serene valley with lots of herbivores, and the bad guys, the Rulons, land in this kind of fucking prehistoric primordial hellscape that's filled with carnivores. And they realize in order to survive, they have to kind of have a symbiosis with the dinosaurs. The good guys have these stones that let them talk to the dinosaurs and communicate with the dinosaurs. And they put saddles on them and they use them as transport. And everything is like A-okay with them. Whereas the Rulons are like, fuck that, we're just going to put brain boxes on the dinosaurs. They capture all the carnivores, and they put like a fucking a headpiece that controls the T-Rex, and the leader of Rulons ride around on him. And it's pretty cool. You good guys and bad guys riding on dinosaurs, shooting fucking lasers at each other. Not the most deep show in the world. It was fun. They even had a Christmas special where some of the characters used the slipgate to go to the Ice Age, and they had mammoths and saber-tooth tigers and stuff. I had I had the Stryacosaurus, the good guy Stryacosaurus, but there was so many cool figures. And again, it was essentially uh, Tycho toy commercial done into, I think, 20 episodes. It was fun, it was silly, and I loved the tagline for the toys: Dino Riders, Dino Power. So if you get a chance, track it down. Fun show, very silly show, but it's lads going around in dinosaurs with like fucking lasers. What could you not like? So, my fifth pick is The Lost World that came out, I think, for Sci-Fi Channel in 1999. Well, I saw it in Sci-Fi Channel, and yeah, it's a very, very loose adaptation of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's classic story. We have Summerlee and Challenger going to this mysterious plateau with a bunch of people, and they obviously encounter dinosaurs. But as the show goes on, it gets a bit more and more ridiculous. The dinosaurs, the CG dinosaurs are they're all right, and there's other creatures and stuff brought in. But the saving grace for the show for me is Jennifer Odell's Veronica. Yeah. Wow, no, Jennifer Odell kicks arse. She's basically a Sheena kind of jungle girl character who has to help our heroes traverse the lost world, and it's good fun. It's silly. It's campy. If I had to compare it to anything, it's probably up there with the likes of Xena. It's very Xena like. I think it was made in New Zealand or Australia as well, because there's a lot of Australian cast members. I think the guy who plays Balor Crace is in one of the episodes, and Dominic Purcell turns up in a fucking tiny role. So yeah, anything else about it? Jan Landis produced it. He's one of the producers, so that's interesting. Again, not a fantastic show, but if you like the likes of Xena and you like dinosaurs, give The Lost World a look. It's fair fun. It's fair good crack, and you can't go wrong with Jennifer Odell in a jungle girl skirt. So yeah, moving on quickly. My choice number 4 is a really cool sci-fi show released by Fox, Terra Nova. Another kind of portal TV show that sees Earth on the brink of collapse, and a family decides to risk it all because the atmosphere on Earth is completely dissipated. There is a kind of quota or a cap on how many children you can have, and this cop decides that he's like, fuck it, we're going to have another kid. His kid's discovered, so he formulates a plan to sneak through to Terra Nova, and he manages to get his kids through the portal, and at first he thinks he's going to be absolutely lambasted by the commanding officer, played by Stephen Lan, who kicks arse. But no, he's embraced, and he's like, look, I don't care how many kids you have. This is a dangerous world. We need all the working hands and able-bodied people we can get, and you're a cop, so maybe you can help out. So the deal is they've traveled back in time to a slightly alternate Earth, so they don't fuck up the timeline, to roughly the end of the Jurassic to the start of the Cretaceous period, and they've set up this compound, and the colonies that have come through, they've broken off. The sixth colony has broken off into a unit called the Sixers that don't want to live under the rule of the main colony. So they've kind of broken off and are kind of wreaking a guerrilla warfare on the main colony. Really cool, interesting plot. It's kind of like Lost with dinosaurs. Stephen Land kicks arse. The rest of the cast kicks arse. There was only one season, and it ends in a cliffhanger, which really bums me out. But if you want to see a kind of cool TV show that has kind of really interesting kind of mystery and plot and has some cool dinosaur effects, Steven Spielberg was one of the guys behind this, which is no surprise. But yeah, it kicks arse. It's got some cool dinosaur designs. The Carnos, I really like the design of the Carnos in this. And yeah, if you get a chance, definitely check out Terra Nova. Give it a chance. Really sucks that it only got one season, but if you come by it, definitely pick it up or check it out. So yeah, that is my fourth choice. My third choice is a bit closer to home, and it's another kind of TV show involving portals and dinosaurs. And this is the ITV show Primeval. This show came out roughly the same time as Doctor Who, and I think it was ITV's way of competing with Doctor Who. What we get is random portals popping up throughout the UK, and animals from different periods of prehistory are coming out, such as giant mammoths and T-Rexes and velociraptors. So there is a team is put together to kind of sort out and capture, if they can. If they have to destroy them, they have to destroy them, the creatures, because if there is a chance if they end up killing one of these things, they could completely fuck up their timeline. So the team is put together. Any notable actors in it? Hannah Spratt from S Club 7 is in it, and she's pretty cool. She's kind of a hippy-dippy environmentalist, and she kicks arse. There's another actor in it that Deacon doesn't like, but he's a story behind that. And yeah, it's a cool show. The first 3 seasons are good. Kind of goes off the rails by the 4th season, but if you get a chance, definitely check it out. If you like Doctor Who, it does kind of have that very much Doctor Who vibe. And yeah, it kicks arse. It's got some cool characters. It's got some cool situations. My favorite one is 2 raptors get loose in a department store, and the characters have to try and outsmart them. So yeah, definitely check out Primeval. That would be one of the better kind of modern dinosaur shows, and the CG is pretty good. The CG, which I meant to say, is the guys behind Walking with Dinosaurs. So that explains that. So my second to last favorite TV show is an awesome one. It's based on a comic, Xenionic Tales, and it is Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. This story centers around a future apocalypse where mankind has fallen and the dinosaurs have retaken the earth. The few humans that have survived have rebuilt, and there is a very kind of tenuous existence with the dinosaurs. Your main protagonist is Jack Tenrick, what is considered one of the old blood mechanics, and yeah, he kicks ass. He's like a very Snake Plissken like badass who drives around in a Cadillac, and he worships the Machinata Vitae. I think that's the term, the old blood mechanics religion, which means there is an order to the existence of both man and dinosaur. And it brings up a lot of environmental issues, such as poaching, such as industrialization, and it doesn't talk down. Again, the source that it's based on, the Xenionic Tales comics, were very heavy reading at the time, and they were pretty cool. They were pretty gory as well. The TV show isn't next as near gory as the original comic, but yeah, really good characters. Hannah Dundee, really badass kind of foil for Tenrec. She isn't a damsel in distress. She isn't a love interest. She's there fighting alongside him, kicking ass. And the dinosaurs are cool. Some of the stories are cool. It turns out there's a bunch of poachers. They want to clear some land, so they are controlling a T-Rex to clear off settlers. And the mystery is they don't realize that it's being controlled. So Tenrec has to go off and kill it. That's something he doesn't want to do. And it really kind of shows that there is this kind of balance between humans and dinosaurs, and they have somehow found a way to coexist. But if one thing is knocked out of whack, it can be detrimental for both. So if you get a chance, check out Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. 1 season again, but it absolutely kicked arse and definitely deserves more attention. So what is my number 1 pick? What is my favorite dinosaur themed TV show? And yeah, I'm going to go with one I've been raving about for a while now. It is Jendy Tartakovsky's Primal. If you haven't seen this show, check it out. It kicks arse. It is essentially pure and utter pulp. It's pulp storytelling in the finest form. Very reminiscent of Robert E. Howard or Edgar Rice Burroughs. It centers around Spear, a caveman who has lost his family to a dinosaur attack, and Fang, who is a T-Rex who has lost her hatchlings to the same animal. And in a moment of desperation, both man and beast team up to fight a common threat. And as a result, they share a bond, and they end up traveling through a very primordial, very dangerous, very savage world. And again, very little to no dialogue. If you like Samurai Jack, I think this would be a show for you, because it does not rely on dialogue, but the animation is so well done. It is so well scripted. You can tell what a character's thinking. You can tell that one character understands another. Spear and Fang have this fantastic, absolutely fantastic kind of rapport, and they really kind of, they understand each other, and you do feel there's a genuine bond. Some of the episodes are fantastic. If I had to cite, probably one of my favorites would be the Plague of Madness, which sees usually a more docile dinosaur being an absolute threat when a Brontosaurus is essentially turned into a 28 days later like zombie, and decides to chase after Fang and Spear, and it absolutely kicks arse. There are so many other great episodes. If you haven't seen this show, I highly recommend you check it out. Tartakovsky has absolutely fucking killed it with this show. The last episode ended on a cliffhanger, and it is definitely hinting at a more Conan-like universe. So I really hope it gets picked up. If you get a chance, check out Genndy Tartakovsky's Primal. It is an absolute amazing piece of work. The animation, the script, just the music, it is so well done. And that is why, for me, it is one of my favorite dinosaur-themed TV shows. So, they were my picks. Have you guys any picks that you think I left out, or that you think I should have mentioned? Leave them in the comments below. And yeah, have a good one. And have a good Jurassic June, guys. Take care. Bye now.